So I think that we mentioned the difference between regular startup or a regular software and an AI model. Do you think that there is something else that we did not talk about the difference from a regular startup to an AI startup that we need to know in advance?
So I think if you're talking about, the unique nature of the deep tech startups, I think it is a good question that I wish product teams would ask more often. I had a chance to consult different companies that transitioned into AI-based solutions without considering the required adaptation to support that transition. And in an AI product creation cycle, you have to validate the product strategy early on, preferably even before initiating the AI development. And contrary, there are many non-AI software features you could develop in a short amount of time, deploy, see if the users like it or not, remove the feature if not well adapted, repeat. But with a new AI model, this will not be cost effective. So before diving into big AI research and development cycle, just validate your assumptions early on and ensure that that AI solution that you're planning really addresses an actual pain point and validate the user willingness to embrace that feature. And as we said, mockups, A/B testing, user focus groups, essentially just assess the viability of the receptivity to that new feature because receptivity is super important when it comes to AI. It's important to design the user AI interaction early on. And I think if I have to give an example, I think like the Israeli Ways navigation app is a great example of such a user-centric design, simple, intuitive, rewarding. They, they cleverly integrated gamification elements, turning the user information contribution, right? The user contributes information into a collaborative and rewarding experience. So in computer vision, especially, where you also have images part of that interaction, it should feel even more intuitive and then align well with expectations.
Yeah.
And for computer vision, I love visuals. There is a reason computer vision is my favorite discipline among the different fields of AI. From a very young age, I was always drawn to art and painting, colors, design. There is something super exciting about strong visuals. This is something
Right.
that you should leverage when considering computer vision outputs as part of your product ideation and integration. So by
Right.
prioritizing visual clarity, you basically can create a bridge between sophisticated technology, tons of information from your models inside, and the user comprehension. So I think a well-designed, polished UX ensures the user can easily engage with the insight gained by the AI model.
Yeah, I totally agree. By the way, I worked with Waze. They were one of my customers in the past. So I totally agree that that's a good example for just setting exactly what needs to be done. And when you know from the beginning what would be clear for the users, you could build something that would be um, accommodating to their needs. Do you find that AI startups really start from the product in most cases, or in some cases? Did you see that?
I think um, not enough. I think it should definitely, it is a pain point for many startups. I think when it starts with a product, it just basically start with a vague need, not well, not well defined, with no really clear understanding of the full interaction. And that will eventually lead to you having an AI model with great powers that gives you tons of information if you are unable to fit it in and reason it with the user expectation, interaction, and so on. So you need to think on that in advance because that can influence your entire AI creation strategy. You may design the outputs that you require from the AI completely different.
Yeah. But when you need to build something, let's say a POC, you need to really have some kind of a model. It could be through an API that someone else built, but whoever, but you need to really have an interaction that is flowing, and it's not enough to have a good idea. It needs to really work, right? And if it's
True.
not really working well, so it's like I feel like it's a chicken and an egg some way, somewhere in that context. because you're thinking about a product and then it needs to really work. And so you need the model, but you need the product and you need the model, and like just making
Yeah,
sure it
yeah,
works.
yeah, yeah. But you can have for a certain model different user stories to accompany the different scenarios that you can face, right?
Hmm.
The model also has like certainty or confidence, and you can mitigate that through different user journeys. If you are really certain about the outcome, you can interact in a certain way. If you're not, you can move to a different user story. So I think again, the combination with well-designed product and interaction is super important here, and it helps to mitigate that.